Welcome to Peter_Ventures official YouTube channel, and today I bring you a warning from Dr. Coomer. Setting: a vibrant community center in New York City, where activists and media representatives gather for a major conference on African governance and leadership. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation as Dr. Coomer, an influential American activist known for her fierce advocacy for African self-determination, prepares to deliver a crucial message aimed at President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. Dr. Coomer stepped onto the stage, her presence commanding attention. She surveyed the room filled with engaged listeners, activists, journalists, and international observers eager to hear her thoughts on the current political climate in Africa. With a determined expression, she began to speak. "Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and supporters of African progress," Dr. Coomer said, her voice resonating with conviction. "Today, I stand before you filled with both hope and concern. Hope for the emerging leadership of Africa, and concern for the dangers that loom over it. Specifically, I want to address President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso." She leaned forward slightly, her gaze piercing and compelling. "President Traore, you have found yourself in a position of great responsibility at a time of unprecedented challenges and expectations. The people of Burkina Faso look to you for guidance and leadership. However, I must caution you against becoming a puppet for Western interests, of fate that has befallen to many leaders on this continent." The audience hushed, drawn in by the gravity of her warning. "For decades, we have witnessed a predatory relationship between African nations and foreign powers, particularly from the West. Leaders have been lured into complicity, often prioritizing external agendas over their own people's needs. This cycle of exploitation has only perpetuated corruption and weakened our sovereign nations." Dr. Coomer's voice rose, filled with passion. "You have the power to break the cycle, President Traore. Resist the allure of foreign intervention that seeks to manipulate you instead of empowering your nation. Do not let Burkina Faso become another pawn in international games of power and influence. The struggles faced by your people must dictate your policies, not the demands of foreign governments or corporations." She paused to let her words sink in, her expression unwavering. True leadership means standing firm against the pressures to conform, especially when that pressure seeks to strip away the dignity and autonomy of your people. Instead of bending to external influences, focus on fostering local solutions, strengthening your democracy, and championing the rights of your citizens.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel again. My name is Peter Ventures. Watching me for the first time, kindly remember to subscribe, share, and also comment. And today we're talking about the activist from the USA known as Dr. Coomer, sending a warning to Ibrahim Traore not to be a puppet like other leaders from Africa. Let's watch the video, then we will be back. Thank you.
I'm not going to keep y'all real long. But we got to have this conversation with our 4 young leaders in Africa. We got to have this conversation with the president of Guinea. We got to have this conversation with the president of Mali. We got to have this conversation with the new young president Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, 34 years old, the youngest president on the face of the earth. We got to have this conversation. Brother Ibrahim, I think you are the real deal. This presidents in Africa, leaders in Africa, they talk, but they don't really do anything. They just talk. I think you're the real deal, President Ibrahim, but I got to challenge you, my brother. I still got to challenge you, because I don't need my brothers and sisters in Burkina Faso catching any more hell. I don't want my brothers and sisters in Burkina Faso to suffer any more death, any more starvation, poverty, economic devastation. I need you brothers to mean what you say and say what you mean, brothers and sisters. I need you brothers and sisters to mean what you say and say what you mean. So brother Ibrahim Traore, are you the real deal, or are you acting for a white foreign power? Do not go into debt to Russia, China, or India. They are not your friends. If you go into debt to Russia, China, and India, you are no longer a revolutionary. You are a puppet. I hope you're listening to me, President Doumbouya. I hope you're listening to me, General Goita. I hope you're listening to me, General Chiani. I hope you're listening to me, young President Ibrahim Traore. If you take the money from China, if you take too much assistance from Russia, if you take too many handouts from India, you become their slave. You become their slave. I'm not saying you can't do business with them. I'm not saying you can't do business. You may have to do business because your country has immediate needs before you can get yourself back up on your feet. I know you will have to do some business with India, Russia, and China. I understand. But what I'm saying is don't sign any deals that are going to be so deep, so long in their history, that you will not be able to cut the umbilical cord to the Chinese neo-colonizer, the Russian neo-colonizer, the Indian neo-colonizer. Russia don't give a damn about Africa. Russia don't like Africa no more than China. And China don't like African people no more than the United States. Everybody in Africa who is not a black African is an invader or the descendant of one. I said everybody in Africa who is not a black African is either an invader or a descendant of one. I said everyone in Africa who is not a black African is either an invader or a descendant of an invader. Do not sell off your corporations. Do not sell off your minerals. Give nobody exclusive rights to your mineral resources. Let's look at Burkina Faso. You want to know why the Chinese and the Russians are so interested in Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso has gold. Burkina Faso has zinc. Burkina Faso has copper. Burkina Faso has manganese. Burkina Faso has phosphate, limestone. Burkina Faso has diamonds. Burkina Faso has bauxite, nickel, and uranium that they need for atomic weapons. Not only that, Burkina Faso is one of the world's largest producers of cotton. Burkina Faso is one of the world's largest producers of cotton. Burkina Faso is one of the world's largest producers of cotton. And with that type of cotton, why don't you create a clothing and furniture manufacturing industry? Make your own clothing, Burkina Faso. Make your own furniture, Burkina Faso, and sell it to Africans in the diaspora. I can promise you that your brothers and sisters in Europe, your brothers and sisters in Canada, your brothers and sisters in America, your brothers and sisters in Central and South America will buy your merchandise. Stop begging for handouts. No African country should get most of their budget from handouts. Half of the countries in Africa get half of their budget from handouts from the white man and the yellow man. That has to stop. That has to stop. Half of the countries in Africa, half of their annual budget comes from handouts from thieving neo-colonizers. They shouldn't be giving you nothing. They should be paying for what they steal. They shouldn't be giving you nothing. They should be paying for what they steal. They shouldn't be giving you anything. They should be paying for what they steal from Africa. Burkina Faso, President Ibrahim, I look forward to you building a large clothing manufacturing industry that can sell African clothing all over the diaspora. You can send it to me. I'll be your contact in the United States to get clothing manufactured in Burkina Faso, sold all over North America, South America, Central America, Canada, and the Caribbean. I can promise you this. I can promise you this. We don't need handouts. We need industry. We don't need foreign investment. We need domestic industry. Africa does not need foreign handouts and investments. Africa needs domestic industry and institutions. All that cotton, let's do something with it, President Ibrahim Traore. All that cotton, let's do something with it. You could put your women to work, your children to work. You could put the men to work. We're talking about jobs. We're talking about jobs. We're talking about building the economy of Burkina Faso so our people can eat. So Burkina Faso doesn't have to depend on handouts from its enemies in order to feed its family. You also have shea butter. Burkina Faso has a large amount of shea nut. We can sell that shea butter on the international stage. Our brothers and sisters in European countries like America, in England, in France, they would love to get their hands on that shea butter. They would love to get their hands on that shea butter. You also have corn, peanuts, and rice. You can sell that stuff to us. We'll buy some of it. We can have an import-export agricultural relationship. an import-export agricultural relationship. They messing with my Facebook because I'm talking about Africa. They messing with my Facebook because I'm talking about Africa. Facebook, come on over to Instagram. Facebook, come on over to Instagram. Facebook, come on over to Instagram. They messing with the Facebook right now. They messing with my Facebook broadcasts because they know we talking about the empowerment of Africa. We're talking about the empowerment of Africa. Let's go to Mali. Let's go to Mali. General Dumboya, you've been in charge for 2 years. What have you done, sir? Mali has gold. Mali has diamonds. Mali has uranium, copper, iron ore. Mali has lithium. Mali has manganese. Mali has bauxite, lead, marble. Mali also has some of the best and most beautiful animals in the world. Mali has rhinos, lions, crocodiles, elephants, camels, leopards, giraffes, chimpanzees, and pythons. I think it's time. I think it's time for Mali to create a zoology program for children in the African diaspora. I said, I think it's time for Mali to create a zoology program for African children in the diaspora where they can come to Mali. Children in the African diaspora should be able to come to Mali and learn how to domesticate animals, learn how to take care of animals, learn how to breed and to feed animals. Do you know how much money the government of Mali would make if you start a Pan-African zoology and farming program where African children from the diaspora can come to Mali? Come on, Africans. Come on, brothers and sisters. If you're going to overthrow the previous leader and become the new leader, let's start building. Stop being consumed with ego and power, and let's start serving the brothers and sisters in Guinea. Serve my brothers and sisters in Mali. Serve my brothers and sisters in Burkina Faso. Serve my brothers and sisters in Niger. Let me try to get back on Facebook. They messing with the live because I'm talking Pan-Africanism. They messing with the live because I'm talking Pan-Africanism.
Hello. I want to speak briefly about Burkina Faso and their president, Ibrahim Traore. As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traore and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African-Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traore. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see black people being put in a position like that, and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
Enough is enough. If y'all let anything happen to this great African president, I guarantee y'all will feel our energy all around this world. And I'm speaking from the U.S. Y'all need to worry about Mega, because America ain't never been great to my people. Why y'all over there messing with Africa when we got problems right here at home? Why y'all trying to do him like Gaddafi? Y'all hate when my people stand up for their people and they actually support the people. Are y'all mad because he's giving his citizens free health care, free education, when y'all would never do that in America? I cannot stand these colonizers, man. Real talk. I love a strong African leader. Somebody that actually stand with his people or go to war with them, dress like them, work out with them. Look at our president. Look what he built like. Look where his mindset is. That's why they can't even control America, and y'all get mad every time one of my people do something great. If y'all let anything happen to this man, I guarantee you, y'all gonna feel an energy and a rage like never before. Real talk, man. No, what's up with these Uncle Tom generals, 4-star generals, whatever you want to be? But I guarantee you, that general wouldn't want to look at me one-on-one in the ring. Real talk, man. If anybody, man, repost this until the whole world know about it. So if anything happened to them, we can go ahead and go up in an uproar and give these people what they really want. The time is coming, and Babylon will fall.
I think that is very right choice for Dr. Umar. I think you have done a best thing nobody else ever tried. We need to stop, as you said, We don't like the way we are being treated outside abroad. When we go there to look for jobs, we always underrated. So Africans, if we come together and we reason like Dr. Humar, things will change and African will be very different. So I agree with this guy. Thanks for watching and welcome again for the next video. And for those who are watching for the first time, kindly remember to share, like, watch, and also subscribe. Support a brother. Thank you.